Hello, and welcome to another day of Focus Poetry with Miss Chavez. Today we're going to be looking at the poem called The Seed by Aileen Fisher. So let's go ahead and do our strategies that we know to prepare for before we read the poem. The first thing I know is the seed is our title. So write title right there beside it. And we know Aileen Fisher is our poet. How many stanzas do you see? Oh, sorry about that. You are correct. I see one stanza. Let's go ahead and number our lines, see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got 12 lines. So now we're ready to read the poem called The Seed. I'll read it first. Ready? How does it know, this little seed, if it is to grow to a flower or a weed, if it is to be a vine or a shoot, or grow to a tree with a long, deep root? A seed is so small, where do you suppose it stores up all of the things it knows? I know that we store our things in, you're right, in our brain. But where does a plant store the things it knows? It doesn't have a brain. Would it store the things it knows? I don't know either. Let's go and look in the poem a little bit deeper. All right, so I know, how does it know, this little seed, if it is to grow to a flower or a weed, if it is to be a vine or a shoot, or grow to a tree with a long, deep root? That's one sentence. It's actually a question. It's an interrogative because it's asking you a question. But that's a lot of information that we write now. So we don't know if the seed will be a flower, a weed, a vine, or a shoot, or a tree with a long, deep root. So I'm going to take from here up, and I'm going to write one jotty about this. And I'm going to say, will the seed grow into, and then I'm going to list the things that we were talking about. A flower, because it says so right here, a flower, weed, vine, shoot, or tree, vine, shoot, or tree. So we don't know. We don't know what it's going to grow into. And then let's look at the bottom sentence. So it's actually two questions, two interrogative questions right here. So let's see. A seed is so small, where do you suppose it stores up all of the things it knows? Well, we know a tree has no brain. So I'm going to say tree has no brain. So that makes me ask, does it store the information? I don't know. All right, let's have you read the poem with me. Ready? The Seed by Aileen Fisher. How does it know, this little seed, if it will grow into a flower or a weed, if it is to be a vine or a shoot, or grow into a tree with a long, deep root? A seed is so small, where do you suppose it stores up all of the things it knows? Okay, so we've talked about what the poem means. I'm wondering, what else could we come up with? What are some of the other things that you think we should do? Vowel teams, that's a very good idea. Let's look and see if we can find some vowel teams. Okay, our vowel teams. If I look at line 1, how does it know? Well, I know that OW is a vowel team. But what about OE? Is OE a vowel team? Nope, it's not a vowel team. This little seed, double E, is always a vowel team. If it is to grow, OW, that's another one. Into a flower or weave. Flower, oh my goodness, there's so many OWs. And again, EE. If it is to be a vine or a shoot, there's double O, or grow, another OW, into a tree with a long, deep EEE root, double O. A seed, double E again, is so small, where do you, OU, suppose it stores up all of the things it knows? And we had a lot of OWs. All right. Thank you for joining me today on Focus Poetry. And tomorrow I look forward to looking for some rhyming words. See if you can find before we do together. All right. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.